So students, now we are done exercise 2.1 successfully. Now before moving on to exercise 2.2, there are some topics which need to be cleared, right? So here the topic is the multiplication of fractions. So let me just take an example here for you. So we know how to find the area of rectangle. So we all know that area of rectangle is length into breadth, right? So suppose if the length and breadth of a rectangle are given to me as 7 centimeter and 4 centimeter. Let me just draw a rectangle here for you like this. So length is given to us as 7 centimeter and breadth is given to us as 4 centimeter, right? So we know this is length, this is breadth. Now area we all know is length into breadth. So let me just substitute the values here. So at the place of length I have put 7 and at the place of breadth I have put 4. So 7 into 4, length into breadth, that is 28 centimeter square, right? So this is the area of rectangle. That means we know how to multiply whole numbers, right? So you can see these are whole numbers. So 7 into 4 is 28, right? So what if now the length and breadth are like 7 1 by 2 and 3 1 by 2? Let me just replace them. So if the length is now 7 1 by 2 and breadth is 3 1 by 2. So you can see here, now it's kind of mixed fraction, right? So we should know how to multiply mixed fractions. So you know the area is already, now we know that length into breadth. So let me just substitute one by one. So length is here, breadth is here. So now how to multiply mixed fractions, right? So let me first convert it into improper fractions. So 7 into 2 is 14. 14 plus 1, that will get you 15 upon this same denominator, that is 2. Into 3, 2, just 6. 6 plus 1, that is 7 upon 2, right? Now we have converted the mixed fractions into improper fractions. Now the thing is, we should also know how to multiply fractions, right? So to multiply fractions, first of all, let me just check whether they are reducing on a similar table or not. So you can see 15 doesn't come at the table of 2. Also 7 doesn't come at the table of 2. So they are not reducing, they are already in the reduced format. So simply just multiply numerator, numerator and denominator, denominator. So that would be 15 into 7. So what is 15 into 7? Let me just show you. So 7 5 is 35, 3 here, 7 into 7, 105. So that will become 105 upon 2 into 2, that is 4. So this is how we can calculate the multiplication of mixed fractions, right? So this is the topic, that how to multiply fractions to find out the resultant fractions. So students, let's move to the next topic here, that is multiplication of fractions by a whole number. So now we are going to multiply a whole number by a fractional value, right? Previously we were multiplying two fractional values. Now I'm going to multiply a whole number with a fractional value. So how to multiply it? Just observe it carefully. Now I've taken a diagram here. So you will see there are 3 circles and there's an equal sign too. Now the first 2 circles showing the first part here is shaded. So total number of parts are 1, 2, 3 and 4. Here also 1, 2, 3 and 4. So the total number of parts of each circle is 4 here. You can see here. So I have divided a circle into 4 equal parts. So the fraction of it, the shaded portion. So the fraction of shaded portion will be, so what is the part? So one part out of total 4 parts is shaded. So the fraction of shaded portion will be 1 by 4. Similar kind of thing is here, just another part, but the fraction of this part will also be 1 by 4. So you can see both are fractional values. So if I just simply write the combined fraction of both the circles, so you will see they are, just simply add the fractional values of both the circles. So combinedly both the circles will have a fraction of 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4. That means if I just simply take the LCM of them, or if I just no need to take the LCM, you can simply see both the values are of same fraction and they are 2 in number, right? So simply put 2 into 1 by 4. You can calculate, like if I just give you an example of 2 plus 2, you can also do 2 into 2. Both are equal to 4. So if the same values are added, then you can multiply the number of times the value are added by that value, right? So यहाँ पे 2 plus 2 भी 4 होता है, 2 into 2 भी 4 होता है. तो आप देख सकते हैं कि दोनों चीजों का आंसर सेम आ रहा है. तो सही वही चीज मैंने यहाँ पे की है, 1 by 4 2 टाइम्स आ रहा है. सो मैंने क्या किया, ऐड करने के बजाय 2 टाइम्स वो सेम वैल्यू को मल्टीप्लाई कर दिया 2 से, राइट? सो 2 into 1/4. So this is the combined fraction of these two circles. Now let me move to the other circle. Now अब आप देख सकते हैं कि मैंने क्या किया है, ये सर्कल को उठा के इसके ऊपर रख दिया है. So आप देख सकते हैं दोनों शेडेड पोर्शन इसमें नजर आ रहे हैं, राइट? अगर मैं इस सर्कल को इसके ऊपर रखूंगा तो ये शेडेड पोर्शन भी बन जाएगा. तो इट इज काइंड ऑफ द कंबाइंड डायग्राम हियर, राइट? सो इफ अगर मैं इसका शेडेड पोर्शन का फ्रैक्शन निकालना चाहूँ तो इन दोनों का शेडेड पोर्शन का फ्रैक्शन क्या आएगा मेरे पास? Total number of parts are 4, out of which 2 are shaded. So the fraction of shaded portion will be 2/4, right? So this is actually 2/4. So आप देख सकते हैं इस कॉम्बिनेशन से कि ये दोनों का कंबाइंड भी यही है और इस सर्कल का भी फ्रैक्शन ये है. So आप देख सकते हैं अगर मैं इसको एक रिजल्ट समझूं, so आप देखेंगे कि अगर मैं 2 into 1/4, आप देख सकते हैं ये एक क्या है, होल नंबर है, राइट? और ये एक क्या है, फ्रैक्शनल वैल्यू. सो मैंने आपको क्या समझाना है कि मल्टीप्लीकेशन ऑफ फ्रैक्शन बाय अ होल नंबर. तो आप देख सकते हैं फ्रैक्शन को मैं किससे मल्टीप्लाई कर रहा हूँ, होल नंबर से. सो अब देखते हैं इनका मल्टीप्लीकेशन एक्चुअल में यही आएगा. कैसे? देखो आपने जब भी होल नंबर को फ्रैक्शन से मल्टीप्लाई करना है तो आपको करना क्या है, इस होल नंबर को इस फ्रैक्शनल वैल्यू के न्यूमरेटर से मल्टीप्लाई कर देना है. सो 2 into 1 दैट इज 2, राइट? एंड डिनोमिनेटर जो है वो एज इट इज रहेगा. सो मल्टीप्लीकेशन ऑफ अ होल नंबर बाय फ्रैक्शनल वैल्यू इज काइंड ऑफ multiply the whole number by the numerator of the fractional value and keep the denominator as it is. So for example, अगर मैं और आपको कुछ एग्जांपल समझाऊं, like 3 into 7/8. So आप कैसे सॉल्व करेंगे इसको? सिंपली इस whole number को इस फ्रैक्शनल के न्यूमरेटर से मल्टीप्लाई कीजिए. 3 into 7 that is 21, और ये जो डिनोमिनेटर है वो वैसे का वैसे ही रख देंगे, that is 8. So this is how we multiply a whole number by a fractional value. That's all. So students, बढ़ते हैं नेक्स्ट टॉपिक जो कि है टू मल्टीप्लाई अ मिक्स्ड फ्रैक्शन टू अ होल नंबर. नाउ वी हैव डन मल्टीप्लिकेशन ऑफ फ्रैक्शन एंड फ्रैक्शन, देन आल्सो होल नंबर एंड फ्रैक्शन. नाउ देयर इज अ मिक्सचर लाइक मिक्स्ड फ्रैक्शन एंड अ होल नंबर, राइट? सो हाउ टू मल्टीप्लाई अ मिक्स्ड फ्रैक्शन विद अ होल नंबर? फर्स्ट स्टेप इज जस्ट कन्वर्ट दिस मिक्स्ड फ्रैक्शन इनटू इम्प्रॉपर फ्रैक्शन, राइट? सो 2 into 7 that is 14, 14 plus 5 that is 19, and denominator will be as it is, that is 7, right? So now I've converted this mixed fraction into improper fraction, right? Now we have to multiply like the same we have done in the previous part, like the fraction and whole and fraction. So what I will do is simply multiply this whole number by this numerator of this fraction. So 19 into 3. So what is 19 into 3? So 3 9 27, that is 2. So 3 1 2 3 4 5. So there is 57, and denominator will be as it is. So this is how we multiply a whole number with a mixed fraction, right? That's all. So students, let me move to the last topic before exercise 2.2 here. So the last topic here, that is fraction as an operator of. So what is this operator of? You can see I've taken an example like find 1/2 of 2. Now remember this of means multiply. So this operator of means multiply. So we have to do nothing, just to solve it, like 1/2 of means multiply, then put the whole number value, right? So we have to solve 1/2 into 2. Now I previously told you how to multiply a whole number with a fraction. Just simply multiply this whole number by the numerator of the fraction. So 2 into 1 that is 2, and keep the denominator as it is, 2. So there are two methods, like 2 1 2 2 1 2, that will resultant equal to 1. But you can also solve it like this. You can see both are in multiply, and the denominator and numerator are actually reducing here. They are going on the same table. 2 1 2 2 1 2. So 1 into 1, that will get you 1. So the answers are same. So there are two methods by which you can solve this multiplication. So always check whether the numerator and denominator are reducing or not, whether this one or this one, right? So if they are reducing, reduce them so that answer will come easily, right? So let me just take another example here that will show you better sign of it. So again, you know of means multiply, so this 6/7. Now both are the fractional values, and I have told you how to multiply your fractional values. So you can see you can directly multiply the numerator, denominator, but first check whether they are reducing on the same table or not. So in the numerator and denominator, if you just check out 2 1 2, 2 3 6. So they are reducing on the same table. Now there's nothing left to reduce. So multiply the numerator and numerator, denominator and denominator. So 1 into 3, that is 3, and 1 into 7, that is 7. So this is the resultant answer of it. So now you know how to solve the fraction having the operator of in them. That's all. So students, now I've explained you all the topics of exercise 2.2. Now let's jump over to exercise here. So exercise 2.2 question first says, which of the drawings A to D, so there are 4 drawings A, B, C and D, right? So which of the following drawings from A to D show these fractions? So we have to simply match the diagram and the respective fractions to it, right? Getting my point? So you can see here the first part is 2 into 1 by 5. So you will see that this fraction says that 1 out of 5 parts are shaded and there are 2 of it. So let me just find out which one is. So what you will see is, let me first find out the 5 parts done of any figure. So you can see this is the part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so this is the figure which shows that 1 out of 5 is shaded. So you can see 1 out of 5 is shaded, 1 out of 5 is shaded, and there are 2 in number. So this shows that it is matched with this. So let me just write it in the free area like this here. So the first part is combined with D figure, right? So you have to write the solution like this, right? So let me just find the other one, 2 into 1 by 2. This fraction shows that 1 out of 2 is shaded. So let me just see that which figure has 2 parts. You can see 1 and 2, 1 and 2. And out of 2, 1 is shaded and there are 2 in number. So 2 into 1 by 2. So this is actually combining with this. So you can see the second part is combining with B figure, right? Let me just rub this. Now let me find out the third one. This shows 2 out of 3 are shaded. So let me find out total number of 3 you can see here. So this is the figure, but let me just, I suppose I left to shade it, right? So let me just shade it now. So now you can see 2 out of 3, because there are 3 fractions. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So 2 out of 3 are shaded and there are 3 in number. So 3 into 2 by 3. So this is actually matching this. So that will be like third part is matching with A figure, right? So last one left, that is fourth one. So now you know easily that this is of this figure. You can see 1 by 4, total number of parts are 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And out of 4, 1 is shaded and they are 3 in number. So this is actually matching C part. So this is how you have to recognize by observing the figure, the fraction of it. That's all. So students, let's move to the next question here, and that is question number 8. Now it says, Vidya and Pratap went for a picnic, right? Now their mother gave them a water bottle. So Vidya and Pratap, 2 children, went to a picnic and their mother gave them a water bottle that contained 5 liters of water. So let me just write down what is given to us, right? So quantity of water in water bottle, right, is 5 liters, right? Let me just read further here. So that Vidya consumed 2 by 5 of the water bottle. Let me also draw a water bottle so that I can explain it to you a better way. Let me just make it clear. So like this. Okay, now that's okay. Now it contained 5 liters, right? So now you can see Vidya consumed 2 by 5 of the water. So the fraction of water consumed by Vidya is simply, you can say 2 by 5. So let me just draw a line and say this is 2 by 5. Right, so let me just write fraction of water consumed by Vidya is simply 2 by 5. Right, so let me just make some space above there so it'll be better. So let me just rub the lines up to which we have read. So like consumed 5, so that's fine, right? Now you can see further it is given to us that Pratap consumed the remaining water. So what is the remaining water? This part. But we don't know how much the fraction of water in the bottle Pratap drink. So to find out that, so first of all, let me just see the question here. So Pratap consumed the remaining water. So let me just write that the remaining water Pratap drunk is equal to, now you can see there's only one water bottle, so I will just remove the fraction of water with their drink. So the remaining water will be of Pratap's fraction, right? So from one water bottle I'm just removing 2 by 5, that means Vidya's portion. So you can see this is a whole number. To convert it into a fractional value, I just place 1 in the denominator. Now you can take LCM of it, that is 1 and 5. So you all know LCM of 1 and 5 is simply 5. So count the table of 1 to 5. So 1, 5 is 5. So take this 5 and multiply it with numerator. So 5 into 1 minus, take this 5 and count to 5. So 5 1 is 5. So it's going on 1. So 1 into this numerator, that is 2. So you can see 5 into 1 is 5 minus 1 into 2 is 2 upon 5. So 5 minus 2 is simply 3 upon 5. Right? So you will see that Pratap consumed 3 by 5. So let me just write it here. So this portion is 3 by 5. Right? So now the question says we have to find out how much water did Vidya drink. Now we clearly know that Vidya's fraction is 2 by 5. But we don't know the amount in liters of water Vidya drink. So let me just write that. And before that, let me just also rub this line now because we have done this area. So we are going to find out the answer to the first part. Let me just write here. So amount of water in liters Vidya drink, right? So Vidhya Vidya drunk. So you can see the fraction of Vidya was 2 by 5. Now Vidya drank 2 by 5 of the total quantity in the bottle. So what was the total quantity of water in the bottle? That is 5 liters. So you can see here that Vidya drank 2 by 5 portion of the whole quantity of water in the bottle, that is 5 liter. So let me just rub this first part. Now we are going to complete this here. So you all know that of means multiply. Of operator means multiply. So you can see 2 by 5. Of means multiply and it's 5 liter. So you 5 and the 5, 5 and the 5. They are in multiply. Let me just reduce them, right? So 2 into 1, that'll get you 2 liters. So that means Vidya actually drank 2 liters of water out of 5 liters, right? So let me just move to the second part here. What fraction of total quantity of water did Pratap drink? So that part is already done here. You can see here. So fraction of water, just you can see here that 3 by 5 was the fraction of Pratap. So this is the answer to the second part, if you just notice here. So no need to do that again here. So it's already done. We have found out the fraction of water Pratap drink, that is 3 by 5. So if it also given that we have to find out the quantity of water in liter Pratap drink, then we can also find it out. Like you can see that 2 liters of water was drunk by Vidya, so out of 5 liters, so 5 minus 2 remaining is 3 liters. That means the quantity of water drunk by Pratap was 3 liters. But there's not an equation which is asking us to find out the quantity of water drunk by Pratap. It's asking the fraction of water. So that is, we have already done here. So this is how we're going to do these type of questions. That's all. So students, let's move further to the next question here. Now in exercise 2.3, question number 5 says that Sally plants 4 saplings in a row. So saplings are in Hindi you can say पौधा, right? So जो Sally थी उसने 4 पौधे एक ही रो में लगाए, right? So you can see in a garden the distance between 2 adjacent saplings. So मतलब एक के बाद एक, तो साथ साथ वाले 2 पौधों के बीच का डिस्टेंस जो उसने रखा वो था 3/4 मीटर. That means each two adjacent saplings के बीच में जो distance रखा उसने वो बराबर रखा उसने, that is 3/4 मीटर. यानी हर दो पौधों के बीच का distance जो है that is 3/4 मीटर, right? So we have to find out the distance between first and the last sapling. That means first और the last जो पौधे के बीच का distance है वो total distance हमें find out करना है. सबसे पहले जो चीजें given है वो लिख लेता हूँ. So you can see total number of saplings. You all know it is given to us as 4, right? So the distance between two adjacent saplings. So let me just write that कि दो साथ साथ वाले में. So distance between two adjacent saplings is simply 3/4 meter, right? So let me just draw a line here. Now you can see find the distance between first and the last sapling. So you will see the distance between two adjacent saplings is equal. That means 3/4, 3/4, 3/4. Now you will see that 3/4 is coming 3 times. So there are a simple method. So we have to count out the distance between first and last sapling is equal to, now you can simply add these values like 3/4 plus 3/4 plus 3/4. Starting from here, the distance is 3/4 plus 3/4 plus 3/4. Then you will reach the last sapling. So we have to simply add the amount of distance between each sapling to reach the last one, right? So now, if you just notice in the previous section, I told you to add the similar quantity. You no need to take the LCM here. If the quantities are same, just multiply that quantity with the number of times it is occurring. So आप देख सकते हैं यहाँ पे ये 3/4 कितनी बार आ रहा है? 3 बार आ रहा है. So अगर मैं इनको बिना LCM के सॉल्व करना चाहता हूँ, मैं 3 से मल्टीप्लाई कर दूंगा because all the 3 values are equal and they are occurring 3 times. So simply multiply 3/4 with 3 times because it's the same value. So आपको मैंने समझाया कि whole number को fraction से कैसे multiply करते हैं. Just multiply the whole number with the numerator of that fraction. So 3 into 3 will get you 9 and keep the denominator same. So that means 4. So this is the answer here. That means the distance between first and last sapling is 9/4 meter. Right? So you can see here that without actually taking the LCM, if you have taken the LCM, the resultant answer will be the same. But ये क्या हो गया? Easy step में answer आ गया, right? So this is how we going to solve these kind of questions. That's all. So students, मैंने आपको 2.3 का एक क्वेश्चन करवाया. बाकी क्वेश्चंस जो हैं वो almost similar हैं जो मैंने आपको पहले पोर्शन में बताए हैं. So do try the other questions. They are very easy. Now let's jump over to exercise 2.4, question number first. Now it says find first part is 12 divided by 3/4. अब मैं आपको यहाँ पे डिवीजन बताने वाला हूँ. इससे पहले हमने मल्टीप्लिकेशन किया था फ्रैक्शंस का with fractions, then fractions and whole number, then mixed fractions and whole numbers. Now यहाँ पे मैं आपको डिवीजन बताने वाला हूँ. Just the operation is changed now. That means at the place of multiplication, we are just going to solve division. So let me just show you how to solve division of a whole number and a fraction. आप देख सकते हैं यहाँ पे divide है, ये 12 लिखा हुआ है, it is a whole number. आप चाहें तो इसको fraction में convert कर सकते हैं by putting 1 in the denominator. It can be put or there is no need. So you can put it. So you can see now the 3/4 जो कि division के बाद की value है, इसको solve करने का एक trick है. आप क्या करेंगे? Simply इस division के sign को multiply में change कर देंगे, right? फिर क्या करेंगे? जब इस divide के sign को आप जब multiply करेंगे तो जो बाद वाली वैल्यू है फ्रैक्शनल वैल्यू वो क्या हो जाएगी? रेसिप्रोकल हो जाएगी. दैट मींस 3/4 will become 4/3. Just as simple as that. So what you have to do is simply change that division sign and the value which is given after the division sign just reciprocate it, right? Now हम क्या करेंगे कि हम इसको reduce करके देखते हैं. Now multiply sign है, आप देख सकते हैं numerator और denominator में कुछ cancel हो रहा है क्या? आप देखेंगे तो 3 1 3 3 4 12. So same number पे एक fraction जो है वो क्या हो रहा है? Reduce हो रहा है. So you can see now there is nothing to reduce. So 4 into 4 that is 16 upon 1 that is answer 16 here. So this is how we're going to solve the division. Let me just try another one here and do try the rest of the parts of this. So you can see now there's a whole number and a mixed fraction. So the thing will be the same. First thing is just put 1 beneath the 5. That means in the denominator. Now change this division sign. But let me first tell you, here's the mixed fraction. So first let it be division. First solve the mixed fraction into improper fraction. And to do that, so I will multiply 3 into 7. That is 21. 21 plus 4. That will give you 25. And keep the denominator same 7. Now it's in improper fraction. It's kind of the previous question, right? Now you have to just change the sign of division into multiplication and just reciprocal it. That means 7 upon 25. Now let me find out that whether there's something reducing or not. So you can see that 5 1 is 5, 5 5 is 25. Now nothing is reducing. So 7 into 1 will get you 7 here, and 5 into 1 will get you 5. So this is the answer that we found out by simply dividing a mixed fraction to a whole number. So this is how we're gonna do these type of questions. That's all. So students, let's move to the next question here. Now it says find the reciprocals of each of the following fractions. So I have written 2 fractions here. Now do try the other parts of it same as I've done here. Right? So you can see we have to find out the reciprocals of each of the following fraction. Now after reciprocal, we have to classify the reciprocals as proper, improper and whole numbers. So सबसे पहला स्टेप हमें इनका रेसिप्रोकल करना है. फिर जो आएगा रिजल्टेंट रेसिप्रोकल हमें उसको क्लासिफाई करना है कि whether it is a proper, improper or a whole number. So let me tell you, you all know, let me just retell you that a proper fraction is kind of a, which has you can see like 2 by 3, 4 by 5, which got the numerator smaller than the denominator. Right? So these are the proper fraction. Whether the improper fractions are those which got the numerator greater than the denominator, like these. You can see the numerator is greater than the denominator. Whether the whole numbers are simple like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. Right? So you can see here, these are the 2 parts. First step is the reciprocal you have to find out. So reciprocal of 3 by 7 is, just interchange the numerator and denominator. So keep 7 on the numerator and denominator as 3. So this is the reciprocal of 3 by 7. Just as simple as that. Now you have to tell that whether this is a proper, improper or whole number. Now you will see the numerator of it is greater than denominator, and I have told you that in improper fraction the numerator is greater than the denominator. That means this is a kind of improper fraction. So reciprocal of 3 by 7, that means 7 by 3 is a improper fraction. Right? Let me just take another example here for you. That is 1 by 11. Now you know that to reciprocal of 1 by 11 is simply interchange the place. So that is 11 by 1. You can also write it as 11 because something upon 1 is something. That means if we get a denominator 1, then that value can be written as alone in a whole number. So 11 upon 1 is 11, right? So the reciprocal of 1 upon 11 is 11. Now you can see that reciprocal of 1 by 11, that is, क्या है reciprocal? 11. ये क्या है एक? 11 एक क्या है? Whole number है, आप देख सकते हैं यहाँ पे. It's a single quantity, not in fraction. So is, you can write whole, let me just write it clear. So whole number, right? So this is how first you have to reciprocal and then classify it in the form of proper, improper or whole. That's all.